So we hear the mic. Can you hear the music? Very good, very good. I'm sorry, guys. I had the mute button on, but we're here for a purpose today. We're here for a purpose today. As the description says, we're here to talk about my investigation and the investigation I conducted while in Chicago. Give me about one more minute. I have to share this stream. Shout out to Kim Fox if she's watching. I invited State Attorney Kim Fox in the building. I also invited my attorney, as well as I invited a few other people to watch the stream. So I'm gonna share this, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna really get down to some business today. Are you guys ready? So I invited a few people on this stream this morning or this afternoon, depending upon where you're at and around the country. It is a little after 12 here in Atlanta. Chicago, I believe, is a little after 11. And I also spoke to the subject of the charge, and I asked her to give me her route that she took. It was a reason why I asked that question. The reason why I asked that question is one, you have to walk and travel through a city as populated as Chicago, and there's a lot of cameras. So what I did was I backtracked and walked the same path she walked, looking for security cameras. And guess what, guys? I came across several businesses that had security cameras. And those particular businesses had the cameras operative. And that's very important to understand. So, guess what I did? I showed them my credentials. I explained the story I'm working on. And two of the businesses obliged me to see the security footage. And guess what? The security footage has Sylvia traveling in an area that's nowhere near the crime scene. So guess what? That's your case. She's nowhere in the crime scene area when the call was made, where this alleged assault supposed to have happened. And guess what? Guess who gets that footage and that information? The state attorney, Kim Fox. And that's a problem for the person who made the claim. And let me show you something else. I'm gonna share this with you because my attorney's probably watching. I'm going to share this. And shout out to the guys over at TMZ. Thanks for the heads up. So this individual who made a false complaint against Ms. Parks decided she wanted to contact TMZ and make another false claim against me. Why didn't you just call the police and let them do the investigation? You thought contacting TMZ was going to do something for my career. What a fool. What a fool. And they're behind me 100%. You know why they're behind me 100%? Because I do good work. You knew when you made that call, you were trying to slow my investigation down. What you did was open a can of worms for yourself. Also, very important, this is for Kim Fox. Well, I can't say too much. I'll make sure that comes to you directly. I would just say, if you had a case in California and it might be sealed, the judge can unseal it based on new information and evidence. Because you made some claims on social media. We have all your videos. Every one of them. Even the one where you said you contacted TMZ. Just think about that. You make a claim and you call TMZ. Now, if someone did something to me, I would call the police. Let them do their own investigation. Let them do their own work. But this individual called TMZ. I'm not an employee of TMZ. I'm a contractor. I work for myself. And our relationship is still solid. So your malicious attempt to smear a reporter is going to backfire on you. And I'm just going to say this, and this is off topic. I wouldn't kiss you with your own mother's mouth. How dare you try to slander me? Because when you did that, you opened up yourself up. Let me say something, guys, and this is very important. Attorney Kim Fox, she has investigators in her office, and they're going to track the same steps I did just to make sure the chain of custody of the footage is not altered. So guess what? What are you going to do when they drop the case against Ms. Parks and put out a warrant for your arrest? And they can pick you up in California. They can pick you up. As long as you're in America, they can arrest you for a felony, filing a false police report. Now, this is on Kim Fox's desk, who's the state prosecutor. Now she has to dot her I's and cross the T and making sure they didn't prosecute or are prosecuting the wrong person. So guess what? There are people that don't have the resources to hire investigators. They don't have the resources to do the extra work, or they don't have the wherewithal or the know-how to do this. But this is what I do for sport. Two stories I've done already. One is going to the Supreme Court because of my work. One is actually in the Supreme Court right now pending because of my work. And another one is being used for another case. And this is just in the last 6 months. I'm pretty thorough about what I do. That's why I knew when someone makes a claim and it happens on a public street, there are ways to investigate those type of cases. This is not a joke. You called one of my clients and to make a false claim. Now, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? How do you think I should handle that situation? I'm not talking about the little YouTubers that are making false claims and just because something, the blogger who got sued, she sent her minions after me because I know those people that have no money. But you made it criminal when you made a false police report, and you made it civil when you called with a bogus story. So now we're on to you. I don't care what you say to the people who are on your channel. The evidence will show otherwise. And guess what? Sylvia didn't know I was doing an investigation. I didn't tell her anything. You know why? Because I didn't want to be compromised. I did not want it to be compromised because I know she likes to get on YouTube and everything. But when I do my work, it's not for anyone to know until it's done. And those businesses are already said they will work with the prosecutor in order for them to get the footage. And I can't play it here. You know why? Because it's still their footage. It's still their footage. But I have it. And the prosecutor's state attorney will have it as well. So you guys got to be very careful about the content that you promote and who's delivering the message. I put it on this. I did the live on this platform because it's not monetized. It's not anywhere else. But the footage, when I get the permission by the businesses to release it, it will be showed on Fanbase. So you make sure you follow me on Fanbase because that's where the footage is coming out. I'm gonna release a little teaser of her walking with the time code on Fanbase. Just think about that. Just think about, even though she wasn't there for a whole day where, there are people in jail before someone can find out that they were innocent, years. But the point is the woman's liberty was taken from her because of a false claim. For those asking, what is Fanbase? Fanbase is a app that has been started by the son of the late Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes III has an app called Fanbase. I am on that app. That's for my subscribers, but you guys are going to see the content firsthand. My exclusive content is not going to be on YouTube because I'm going to put it on fan base. So if someone steals it, then I'm striking your pages. Striking your pages. So it's only going to be on fan page and it's going to be watermarked. But this is what doing real investigations is about. I get it. Someone made a phone call. And guess what? It gets better. We have the 911 call and the police body cam. And this is going to be this is the product of my research. This is the product of my research. And I want to play something for you guys. Let me see if I can pull it up on this phone. Stand by, guys. Okay. Let's see if we have it here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on. I think I can get it pulled up here. Hold on. It's downloading. Hold on. Let's put things in context here. Okay, so there's another false narrative that's been floating around that I was going through people's mailboxes. I don't go through mailboxes. That's what, you know. Listen to this, guys. I'm gonna share one thing. This is important because there's another YouTuber say, "Oh, he's going through people's mailboxes. He's gonna get shot." Well, we'll talk about that later. Hold on. Very sad news from Prince. Died. Yeah, we'll let that commercial play out. In an elevator. In all likelihood, Prince had no idea he was taking a counterfeit pill that could kill. Guys, can you hear that? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear that right now, real quick.
Hey, I'm sorry. You live here?
Can I help you? Yes, I live here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, what's going on?
Actually, these are for you, ma'am. I'm Curtis Up. I'm Curtis Up. I'm a process server from the course, man. You've been served.
You had to say?
Well, I tried.
No, you're going through my mailbox.
Well, I had to make sure I'm at the right address. That's all.
That's all you had to say.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of being served.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay, but don't
I'm sorry.
do that again. That's illegal. Like,
No, ma'am.
If I wanted to blow something in your head at my mailbox, I could have. You're on my property and don't want to tell me who you are?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Kervin Self.
Okay,
And what I just did was legal, ma'am. Trust me.
Okay.
I wouldn't do anything
we'll
illegal.
try it again. Thank you. Have
Yes,
a good
ma'am.
day.
All right.
Okay, guys. That's an investigator. So the narrative that I'm going through someone's mailbox or looking at kids or all that fake nonsense that's floating on the fake stuff that people use to try to undermine my work. No, we got a team out here. This is like, you guys are just really like, just I don't know what to say, but that's an investigator who was executing a subpoena for the YouTuber Tasha K to appear in court. And we have the video too, but the video has never been released. I can tell you that too. We have the video. So stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe and promoting untruths on YouTube or social media. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. For every lie out there, there's the truth. You just guys have to be patient. You can't get the you can't get the truth right away, but you got to be patient. Everything comes out in the wash. Everything comes out in the wash. I only played the audio on that so you can see that even that narrative that was promoted is BS. I don't know these people. None of them. Even the ones that have seen me, I don't know you. Who are you? So Wait, be patient. I'm very confident that State Attorney Kim Fox is going to do due diligence and do the work, but I'm gonna help her. As I do. I'm gonna help her in this situation because one, I knew that the allegation was bogus because I knew the person has a propensity to make up lies. All over the place. People have sent me crazy content of the same individual making up lies on other people. So are you going to listen to the known liar, or are you going to look at the evidence? That's all. That's all I ask you to do. Wait for the evidence to be revealed, and that's up to the prosecution on how they want to deal with this. Because if they drop the charges, I am sure Ms. Parks is going to want them to arrest and prosecute the person that lied. And what are the tools that you need? You need the evidence. In addition to my evidence, that's going to be made freely for her attorneys as well as the prosecution, but there's phone records. There are towers. They can pinpoint the location of the calls that were made at the time they were made. So when you see people making these allegations, and they've made false allegations in the past, you have to take that with a grain of salt. But I get it. Someone calls and gives them the dramatic, oh, I was just assaulted, and this is the person. But then she calls the media to come watch the arrest. That shows malicious intent, and it shows a motive. And she has the motive operandi. This is the way she conducts herself when she's moving to try to lie on other people. This is her MO. Modus operandi. This is who she is. This is who she is. It's not, oh, they jealous of. No one's jealous of you. No one cares about what you're. Yeah, we care about what you're doing now, but no one's jealous of you. You had a small opportunity and you twisted it to try to get the sympathy, and you try to say, oh, he did this to. No, I know, girl, you wouldn't work for me. I wouldn't hire you to work. I wouldn't hire you to walk my dog. First and foremost, you have to know how to write and communicate, and not present yourselves as a groupie, running behind lawyers when they're trying to try to defend their client. You couldn't work for me. It's disgusting that you would put that narrative. You couldn't work for me. And one of the things you don't know, the people that work for me have to do a battery of tests. You wouldn't have passed that because you were too interested in being in front of the camera. And that's how I met you, in front of the camera. No, you just need a press pass to get in, so you wouldn't have to wait through the long line of security. All the other crap you talk, don't listen. That footage is available too. That footage is available too. So one, we have the evidence that will exonerate Ms. Parks. And now we have the accuser red-handed. We got you red-handed now. I'm going to have Joy releasing the footage because this is to show all those on YouTube who have been falsely accused of a crime or false allegations. This is how you handle them. This is how you handle them. And for the individuals that have promoted any lies, you'll be dealt with eventually. One very soon, by the way. I will show you how I deliver apologies. So be patient. And I said this early on, there are defendants that are fighting cases right now that don't have the resources to hire an investigator that understands the who, what, when, where, why, and how. You always ask these questions when there are allegations made. And if you don't have the answer to each one of those interrogatives, then there's a problem. They teach you this, trained investigators know this. I don't expect the average Joe on YouTube to know this. But at the end of the day, we must be careful what we say and how we say it. You had this other individual who said he parroted what the other individual said without any, but that shows you the character of the person. He parroted the same thing the other individual said, wasn't even there. He doesn't know me from a can of paint. He shows up, he hits me on Twitter, asks me about a case I'm covering. Like, who are you? Who are you? Why would I provide you? You're not a colleague of mine. We don't move in the same lane. I don't owe you an answer. Like, I mean, it's just weird stuff just happening on, like, people doing weird stuff. But I have to, as well as I know how to defend myself physically, under the advisement of counsel, I must address it in the right forum. You're not a punk for defending yourself and using the tools that is available to you. Why hire counsel if you're going to do it your way? You get the advice. Just think about it. Just sitting on the video, just telling a bunch of lies, just running around, just telling lies, and just like, oh my God. So when people say, "Did you see a video?" No, I don't watch that. I don't watch that stuff. I'm doing real work. Most people are regurgitating the work that I do, and it's nice if you give the credit, but most people are regurgitating the work that I do. But you always say, he's not a reporter, but we're gonna take his stuff anyway. He's not good at what he does, but we're gonna use his content anyway. We don't believe he's a reporter, but he's there, but we still don't think. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, please. Stop playing with me. I can tell you who's your grandmother's grandmother. Stop playing with me. So guess what? Your attempt to contact TMZ to make up a bogus allegation. Listen, there are lawyers there. The first thing for me is tell the police. And tell the police, because the police will investigate. You know why? Because that's their job. They're supposed to investigate. But then guess what? Then they open your book and they look at your past. You thought because you had a case sealed that it can't be opened again? Judges open cases all the time. Especially if you're making allegations, it will show that you have a propensity to lie. So what you thought was fun and games and to intimidate or harass people, now you are on Front Street. And we're going to keep you on Front Street until the prosecutor, state attorney Kim Fox, do the same she did with Jussie Smollett and prosecuted him for lying. They're going to do that for you too. They don't care if you live in another state. They execute warrants. And those warrants are able to be enforced. I don't care where you're at. They do this. This is what they do. That's the duty of the prosecutor. If you're going to waste the taxpayers' dollars by making false complaints, they too must use those same dollars to prosecute those who are making false complaints. Now, if anyone's agreeing with what I say right now and believe that the evidence is there, put a 1 in the chat. Because I don't pump fake. Put a 1 in the chat. I just played you some footage, some video, some audio to dispel the bogus narrative that's been put out there. And I have a ton of it. But I wait. Because I let the numbers add up. It's like watching the cash register add up. So when I go for the damages, I don't care. I'm going to put a lien on your whatever money you're making, and we're going to find the assets, because we're going to find somebody else's assets too, by the way. We done found someone else's assets. So you don't make that much money. I don't care. I got grandbabies. They can use the money. They can use the little coins that you're making. Just think about it. So this is how I put the pieces to the puzzle together. I investigate. I spend my resources. Oh, he don't got no money. He's broke. He ain't got no money. He was on Judge Judy. He can't have any money. Believe that narrative too. Believe that one too. Just I want to have fun. And this is for, when Cardi B was going through the stuff she was going through, and it was some serious stuff. It's serious. I never met Cardi B before I met her. I never, and as a matter of fact, I wasn't a big fan of Cardi B before I met her. And I'm going to be honest. But she reached out to me. I didn't reach out to her. Like other celebrities, but it's a lot of work I do behind the scenes you guys don't need to know. But just trust me. She's not the only celebrity I've helped in the past. And regular people, they reach out to me. You know why? Because in the circle I move in, people know my work. I can't speak for the YouTubers, but there are people out here that know my work and know I get the job done. I get the job done. She's not the only millionaire to reach out through their team or to me directly. Because I have developed hooks over the years of me doing this. I have hooks, and it's a term we use in the business, in different parts of the country. I don't care if you're on the West Coast. I don't care if you're on the East Coast. I don't care if you're in the South. This is what I do. And that's it. So Kim Fox, have your people call me, and we'll facilitate what we need to facilitate. We got this. We'll save the city of Chicago some taxpayer dollars and expose the fraud that she is. Now run and tell that. You know what I'm going to do? Well, I'll wait. You guys may see a little adjustment that I'm going to make on Monday. I'm going to make a little adjustment on Monday. What you thought you was trying to, when you contacted TMZ, you thought that was going, are you crazy? Trust me, my work has made them millions of dollars. My work has made them millions of dollars. How about that? That's the story. I could have did it all for my own company. But I don't just license my content to TMZ. Other brands, I license my content to. You really thought I was just here for some cash apps and some super chats? You got to be a fool to believe that my entire career is going to be diminished to super chats and cash apps. You got to be a fool to believe that. But you play with my name, and I'm going to have fun with yours. How about that? So now, ladies and gentlemen, that's the exclusive. There's evidence to exonerate Miss Parks. She didn't ask me to do this. I did it on my own. You know why I did it on my own? Because I was patient. I didn't say anything when the person was making that bogus claim 2 years ago or whenever it was in New York. I said, well, she got no money. She just wanted attention, but she's an attention whore. That's what an attention whore looks like. I said it. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole, and I wouldn't kiss you with your own mother's mouth. How about that? They say, oh, he's not being professional. I'm my own damn boss. And I dictate what comes out of my mouth, not someone else. How about that? How about that? You think I'm gonna give you the tools you need to beat me? Are you a fool? Now run and tell that. And now I might jump on the plane and go to a beach right now because I've worked pretty hard. And I take the days off I want to take. I really don't take days off. I try to make when I take these trips, I try to get a little work in. But this is important to me. This is important to me. You know what's important to me? Because had that person I got arrested, it might have just went under the radar. I just kind of just discredit the person. I said, well, she's crazy. Not that I don't think she's still crazy, but crazy people do crazy things. And they do things with malice. They do things. It's not even defense. And I had to say, I do believe Jussie Smollett was guilty of the crime. I do believe that. Because it didn't add up. No different than I believe Ms. Parks is innocent of the crime. Because it don't add up. And now it don't add up. You know how to add up? Because the evidence shows the facts. Okay, guys, I appreciate you joining. This will conclude this part of what I have to do. And it's going to sit here. I'm not taking it down. So when you see things are happening, it's likely going to be happening behind the scenes. Now, let's see how they try to clean that up. I'll watch the comments or playback. I don't know who's asking what. But right now, I'm done.